Good morning, kindergarten, first and second graders. Happy Monday. It's Miss Nelson, and I am here to do your counseling lesson. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving and got to see some of your family. If not, I hope you got to eat some good food. So before we get started on our lesson today, I want to recap and make sure that you remember, because we've now done several lessons and talked about a lot of different things. So I just want to make sure you have done the previous lessons. The really, really important ones are the ones about the feelings train and identifying feelings, and then our calming strategies. So if you haven't done those two lessons, go back and do them first. If you have, then you are ready for today's lesson. So today we are going to be talking about problem solving. So I'm sure you have had a problem in your life before. Maybe the problem is your sibling wouldn't share with you, or you were hungry and you needed to eat. There are lots of different problems that we face in our day-to-day life, and I want to help talk to you and teach you about how to handle those problems. So that is what we're going to do today. We are going to read another story from the feelings train, and then we're going to talk about it, and then you are going to have an activity to do in Seesaw. So I will get that pulled up now. Bear with me. I have had a few technology issues this morning, so I'm hoping that this pulls up fairly quickly. All right, so you should be seeing something that says Little Deal Solutions, and there's a train on there. All right, so let's get started. Little Deal Solutions. Sometimes the feelings train runs into little deals, like a little rain on a pretty day, or someone else having the supplies that he wants. Think about, have you ever been in a situation where someone has used the supplies that you wanted, maybe at home, maybe at daycare, maybe at preschool, maybe at school, at Troost? He knows that these are little deals, but he still needs to deal with the problems. Luckily, the feelings train knows some solutions that work well for little deals. He can solve little deal problems, and you can too. Sometimes we feel disappointed, sad, or annoyed when there is a little deal problem. So which one of these faces feels disappointed? If you said the gray one at the bottom, you'd be right. Which one of these looks sad? If you said the blue one on the left, you'd be right. And which one looks annoyed? If you said the red one on the right, you would be correct. To deal with a small problem, we can take a break in a comfy spot or in a calm corner. Now, if you've never heard of a calm corner, don't worry about it. We're going to talk about it later in another counseling lesson. But think of a calm corner as a spot that you can go take a break where you're away from everyone else, okay? Sometimes people have something that we want. This is a little deal. We can choose something else while we wait. So maybe we're at school and we want to read a book, but someone else has the book that we want. So instead of making a big deal, we just choose another book. But sometimes when people have something that we want, we can do it together. So in this picture, we see that these two people have a puzzle that maybe one of them was playing with, and instead of making it a big deal, they're just doing it together. Or we can take turns. So maybe someone has a ball that you want, you let them go first, and then you go, or vice versa. Sometimes people are bothering us and we might feel annoyed. We can walk away or ignore the situation. Headphones or music can help us do this. Now, when we're in school, you probably wouldn't have headphones or music, but maybe while you're at home, that is something that you have that you would be able to use. Sometimes other people don't know that we're feeling upset when there's a little deal. We can share our feelings and let others know that the situation is bothering us. So it's really important to not just think that other people can read your mind. You have to be able to out loud tell them, and making sure you're doing that respectfully, what is bothering you, and then ask them to stop doing what they're doing. Sometimes when there's a little deal, we might feel sad or lonely. We can invite someone else to join us. So maybe you're sad or lonely because someone is not playing with you during recess, but you could ask someone else, or maybe even your teacher, to join with you. When we try to solve the little deal ourselves and the little deal starts to feel like more of a big deal, we can ask for help. So maybe you've done all of the things or more than one thing that I just said. You tried to solve the little deal problems on your own, but it's not working and now it feels like a big deal. That's a really good time to ask for help from your teacher. Little deals come up all the time, but we all have the power to solve little deals. We have positive solutions that we can try. So what is a positive solution, you ask? So all of the different strategies or solutions that we heard in the story are options that you have when a little deal problem comes up. So the first one was take a break. So you see the girl is relaxing, taking a break. The other one is choosing something else. So maybe if you wanted something that someone else had, you can choose something else to do. This one is where the girls were doing the puzzle together. So maybe there's an activity that you really want to do and it's something that you can do with the person who's using it. You can do it together. You can take turns. So like we talked about with the ball, if someone has a ball that you want, you could let them go first and then you could go second, or vice versa. You could invite someone to join you. So if you're feeling lonely, maybe when you're out at recess, you could invite a different person to play with you, or maybe even your teacher. Share your feelings. So if someone is doing something that's bothering you, it's good to tell them how you're feeling and ask them to stop. Because remember, they can't read your mind. Ignore it. So maybe it's something that you could listen to music or headphones. And like I said, you might not have those at school when we're back in school, but maybe that's something you have at home right now. And then the last one is if maybe you've tried these positive solutions, one or two, and they're not working, or you feel like the problem is big, then it's a great idea to ask for help. All right, so that is our story. What I want to do now is I want you all to start thinking about what you would do and what solution you might pick with a certain situation. So let me pull it up. Okay, so what would you do? Pick a positive solution. Okay, so you didn't get to go to the center you wanted. What solution would you choose? So would you take a break? Would you pick a different option? Would you ask for help? I want you to think about the different options. So what solution would you choose? You didn't get to go to the center you wanted. What solution would you choose? And here are the solutions. Take about 10 seconds and think about it. You could share your feelings, take a break, choose something else, do it together, take turns, invite someone to join, ignore it, or ask for help. So think about which one you would pick. All right, I'm going to go to the next one. Okay. Your best friend picked someone else to be her partner. What solution would you choose? So your best friend picked someone else to be her partner. Which solution would you choose? Would you take a break? Would you choose something else to do? Would you try to do it together with them? Would you take turns? Invite someone to join? Would you share your feelings with your friend? Would you ignore it, or would you ask for help? Again, I'll give you about 10 seconds. All right, we're gonna do one more. All right, you didn't get the spot that you wanted during art class. So maybe you had a spot that you really, really wanted and you didn't get it. What solution would you choose for not getting the spot that you wanted in art class? Would you take a break, choose something else to do, try and use the same spot and do it with the person who got the spot you wanted, take turns with the person, invite someone to join, share your feelings, ignore it, or ask for help? 10 seconds. All right. I hope you all enjoyed that story. I really, really like the different positive solutions that it gives you. So what I want you all to kind of think about is we all have little deal problems every day, and that's okay. It's how we deal with them that matters. If we let a little deal ruin our day, we will be pretty miserable, won't we? So we can all choose positive solutions to help us deal with these little deal problems. And so it's important that you practice using those every day. And I want you to think about some questions that I'm going to ask you. Which of those solutions, so taking a break, asking someone for help, which one is the easiest for you to use? So which one do you think I could do that no problem? Maybe you're like, I could take a break and that's really easy. And think about which ones are harder to do. So maybe ignoring someone is when they're saying something that's bothering you is hard for you, or maybe asking for help is hard for you. And think about why that is, okay? So just remember to wrap everything up. We all have the ability to choose positive solutions to solve problems. We have to take a moment to calm our bodies and minds, think about a solution that will work best for us. So kind of like we've talked about, calming strategies that we pull out of our calm down kit. We have to do those things first, and then we pick a positive solution. All right. So next, what I'm going to do and what I want you to do, I am going to post those positive solutions in Seesaw. And I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to give you a situation kind of like we all practiced. So like we practiced not getting your spot in art class. I'm going to give you one of those. And what I want you to do is draw a picture of you using one of the positive solutions to solve that problem. So it's kind of like a what would you do? And you get to draw out for me. So I'm going to put that in Seesaw, and today is Monday the 30th. I would love for you to have that done by this Friday, which is the 4th. Okay. So as always, you know how to get a hold of me. I'll put my email and my phone number in there. If you or your family needs anything, call me, email me, let me know. And until next time, have a great day, everyone.